It's Friday of weaning week. We started the weaning process for Holly's litter on Monday, and today we're going to finish it off. The rest of them were out of the cage by Wednesday. These were two of the smallest, so I was giving them a few extra days with a little bit less feed competition with the rest of the litter, and a couple days just in case they were nursing from Holly to get a little more rich mother's milk. Now, whether they're nursing or not, I really couldn't say. I'm guessing probably not, but they might be. So on the off chance, gave them those couple extra days. So what I've done is I've removed one of the feed dishes from here. Holly doesn't need both of these feed dishes, so the second one will be coming out. I've added 2 more feed dishes up here. I don't know that they will actually need all of this feed, but I do want it available. I don't want anyone competing too hard for feed. I want to make sure that there's enough feed to get through the day and that everybody has a chance to get at it. So going to just come take the last of this little white this morning. Move this guy up. And, you can kind of see she's almost does not care that these kits are not here. She's pretty much ready to be done with them, have her cage back. And we're going to move this other little broken up, and that is the whole litter here together back in the transition cage. They won't stay together for very long, just a couple of weeks. It's mostly just a cage and management issue since they don't need to be separated out that much at this time. It's just, one cage for me to clean instead of 3 to 6. So that's what I'm doing with that for now. Now, you might say, how much of a difference does that make leaving them in with the mother? And truth be told, it might be negligible. It's kind of hard to say. Again, some of that will depend on whether they're nursing or not, and that's hard to know at this age. Also, keeping in mind when we talk about feed competition that the mothers are feed competition as well. So if you are keeping kits with them, you really need to keep up on that feed. Make sure the cage has full feed. If we look over here at Aster with her kits, you can see, she's not foregoing food on behalf of her kits. She's diving right in and she's getting hers too. So there's competition among the litter, there's competition among the does. But this helps to get everybody a little more breathing and living room, a little more space to get more dishes in the cage. Like I said, this kind of is a lot of dishes in one cage, but they're still small. But within a week or two, this will become a bit of a crowd. So I will start taking them out. It's a small litter. I have plenty of cage space available to me right now, so these guys will all get their own individual cages. The banks of grow outs are pretty much next to each other, so they'll still be able to see another rabbit, that kind of thing. But that will be that in next week or the week after, depending on how they go, how fast they're growing, and how crowded I think they're getting. So one other thing before we go here, I did take some, relating to this talk about does it even make a difference leaving them in there. Well, I did take weights on those last 2 this morning, and I did see a gain of 4 and 5 ounces on those 2. So whether they did drink a little bit more milk or whether they were able to get into the feed a little bit better because there weren't so many of them in there at the whole same dishes, hard to tell. Some of that's going to be genetics as well. You're always going to have some variation in a litter. Just curiously, kind of on that note, this black here was one of the bigger and most identifiable. So I did also take a weight on that one this morning just to see what kind of out of curiosity, see what's an average weight gain over days here. I think you're probably looking at a 1 to 2 ounce weight gain at this age at 6 weeks, which holds true with other weights I've taken in the past, because I do typically say once we get to 7-8 weeks, I typically see a ½ pound rate of gain a week. So this black, though, is, if my record was right from Monday, he only gained a couple of ounces this week. Not looking bad, not losing weight, no diarrhea or anything. But that kind of makes me wonder if maybe he was nursing. There were 2 that was significantly bigger, one of the larger broken colored ones and this black one. So it makes me think that maybe some of them were nursing, and maybe getting him out of that cage kind of gave those 2 little ones that availability to get in there. So, you know, that's it. That's our weaning complete for this litter. And from here on out, it will be, I'd consider them in grow out phase. They're completely independent, eating and drinking on their own. Hay, water, pellets, which is the diet for everything in here. I make no changes there. Keep all of that very consistent during the weaning phase so that you don't start upsetting stomachs and gut flora, and you do have a good digestive tract going, and avoid weaning enteritis. Changes in the diet where the microorganisms and the probiotics are not matched up to the diet are a big cause of enteritis in rabbits. So these transition times, because stress is also a contributor, are not times to go making any radical changes to anything. But again, you can see that these are happy, healthy rabbits. Nobody's stressed here. It's a simple process. As long as you're taking good care and have good management in your rabbitry, I would expect the process would go just as easily for you. There are more details in the article that is related to this video, and you can see that at meetrabbits.org. We hope to see you there and welcome all your questions and comments. Thank you.